Hi, today is June 19th, 2023, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 989 for the year, Ashes. I didn't deliberately walk by the church that holds my dad's ashes yesterday, but when I found myself there, I deliberately took a picture, and I said a little "Hi, Dad" in my mind. It seemed appropriate, as yesterday was Father's Day, although, truth be told, I often say hello when I pass that church. Poem number 990, Juneteenth. It's early and it's quiet like a lull before a storm. Perhaps it was quiet like this that day when the troops came around to tell the people who had only known the experience of being owned that they were no longer owned. I wonder whether prior to that time there had been rumors rolling around about Proclamation 95, or how the war was going, or that the war had ended. I wonder whether there was confused disbelief, or whether there was just joy. Probably some of both, and probably a whole range of other emotions too. But by the following year, the newly freed began annual celebrations that we all can be a part of now. It feels like Juneteenth is still settling into its own as a national holiday. I'm grateful it's here to remind us that even as the struggles continue, we can take a moment and experience joy. Poem number 991, A Couple of Dicks. As I was doing a bit of quick and half-assed research, I learned that for a while after the fall of the Confederacy, slavery was still legal in Delaware and Kentucky. The proclamation only applied to the Confederate states, although most of the states of the Union had abolished it on their own. Delaware and Kentucky were a couple of dicks that kept that shit going. That's why we had to have a 13th Amendment, because some states can be real dicks. Poem number 992, When They Kissed. When they kissed, E liked it, and she liked it, and they liked it. They liked to kiss, both them and her, and E liked to kiss both them and her, and she liked to kiss both them and em. And each felt bliss as each watched the other two kiss. It was bliss when the two or the three of them kissed. It was bliss when E kissed, and she kissed, and they kissed. They kissed, and they kissed, and they did as they liked. And they needed a man like a fish needs a bike. Poem number 993, Options. I have options. Like yesterday when my laptop died, I was able to run right out and buy a new one. That is an example of an option that I am very lucky and grateful to have. I feel bad about having moped about the death of the laptop in a couple of poems yesterday, but it can be hard for me to write when I am distracted by an issue I don't want to face, like having to replace a dead laptop. A first world problem, to be sure, but I had forgotten that problems are hardly problems at all when you are fortunate enough to have options. Poem number 994, Objection. You could raise an objection and say to me, didn't you work for what you have? And I could say, if you could feel the softness of my hands, you would know that I've never really worked a day in my life. And you could then attempt to feel the softness of my hands. And depending on who you are, I might not raise an objection. And last poem of the day, poem number 995, Pressed. He was pressed like a pair of pants. He liked feeling flattened out without feeling mattened down. Let's start again. Poem number 995, Pressed. He was pressed like a pair of pants. He liked feeling flattened out without feeling matted down. He liked feeling as though he mattered without feeling scattered. He liked that he had somewhere to go and things to do and people to see. He didn't like feeling pressed for time, but sometimes it came with the territory. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you. I do. But I am pressed for time. Thank you.